This is When Romcom, the podcast where we break down what makes a date movie a great movie. Do they have us at hello, or are they a big mistake? Huge.
Thank you for laughing. This is... Sorry, carry on. Yeah, keep doing it. I feel like this is a whole bit, so keep going.
No. Join in with the bit. Because we've definitely been taken at hello today, because we are here with Alicia MacDonald, the director of Finding Emily.
Last night, I met this girl called Emily. Felt like time stood still. Oh, no, what are you saying? No fault.
So when are you seeing her again?
Don't know, no message yet. Won't send.
It's missing a digit.
What do you mean it's missing a digit? It's not funny.
As soon as I saw your face, from that moment I knew I wanted more.
Good morning. I'm looking for a student. Emily? She's funny, smart, drinks beer, bottles, her hair's about here. She's like, oh,
You've got 2 seconds to leave before I call security, all right?
yeah, okay, all right.
You said we take it slow, now it's go, go, go. And
You have 3 weeks left to prove that romantic attachments cause madness.
What are you doing?
I'm looking for this girl called Emily.
He's the case study I've been waiting for. He's my very own Stanford prison experiment. I'll help you find her.
Why would you want to do that?
We loved this movie.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen it twice. Oh, great. Okay, so what did you see second time round that you maybe had missed first time? Any jokes, any like particular music interludes?
This is such a silly thing, but so the first time we watched it, you had a Q&A afterward, and you mentioned that you wanted Emily to just be eating the whole time, like Brad Pitt in Ocean's 11. And so the second
stress
time,
release thing, yes.
yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
her like stress eating.
Yeah.
And I noticed in the second time that when she's sad, when she's heartbroken, she's not eating, even when the people around her are eating. And I felt that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's her stress thing. That's kind of like what I wanted, because she's such a put together kind of person, and you know, and she's studying psychology, and she's got all these, she's very sort of like organized, and then I just wanted this kind of visual thing that, so in the library she's eating like sweets and yeah, the fish and chip shop is a sort of a main thing, but then when she's sad, she can't.
Yeah, and that's so real.
It is very real. But that's why I try and stay happy, because I like to eat.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'd be miserable all the time. But yes, so we are a Romcom podcast, and we've been so excited that there's a new one coming out. But tell us a little bit about your history with romcoms and any of your favorites.
I mean, I'm a card-carrying millennial, so I have like grown up on the classics.
Where do we get our cards now?
Yeah, I know, I don't know. Yeah, there's a whole organisation. But so I grew up on the best ones, you know, the which obviously a lot of them made by Working Title, but yeah, the Notting Hill, the 10 Things I Hear About You, Clueless. They were sort of my favourites, and I think when I got this script, I was like, oh, it feels like this could be a homage to the, well, not even a homage, but like a hark back to the good ones. Like, if we're going to make a rom-com, let's try and make a good one, was my sort of plan from the beginning, because I feel like, I mean, you guys know that some of the more recent ones have like skewed a little more formulaic or a little bit glossy, or like don't quite fill you with as much sort of soulful joy as the last ones. So that was my plan from the beginning, was to try and like make something that felt, I was like, why do the old ones feel so good? I mean, you guys will know more, but the older ones feel like they're sort of real people. There's an authenticity, there's a genuine kind of, I don't know, soulfulness to it. So that's what I really wanted to try and tap into.
When you say old, how old do you mean? What's your era?
My era is from...
She's a card-carrying millennial, Nora.
It's like the best rom-coms for me are like 1989 to 2001.
Okay.
That is like 1989 when Harry Met Sally, 2001 the first Bridget Jones. And everything in the interim is pretty good.
Yeah.
But I also really like one of the other sort of references for me was His Girl Friday, and I love that. Looky here, see, and it's so quick, and they walk to fun, and it's like, and I really wanted that kind of slightly farcical, mad momentum.
We should have just done the interview like that. Okay,
Yeah.
we saw Finding Emily. See, we're big fans.
Right. We really liked it. What's going to happen now? Yeah.
What's coming next?
Yeah, I love that. I love those old ones, and It Happened One Night, which was the sort of the original first romantic comedy. So I sort of looked at all of them, like the older ones as well, and I was like, because they couldn't hide behind flashy camera. It was just two people in the same frame, like with insane chemistry. And so there was a huge inspiration for me too.
We just did an episode on His Girl Friday.
We did.
Recently.
With our dads.
With our dads as the guests.
Listen, I missed that one. With your dads.
Our dads.
Sweet.
It was.
I saw my dad taking notes watching the movie. It was very sweet. He asked me if we could write out a list of Howard Hawks movies. And I was like, we can just get them up online.
Yeah,
we don't need to write them out.
So wait, both of your dads you did the podcast with. So had they met before?
No.
Oh my god, cute. Did they get on? Are they going to be like bro pals?
They did get on.
They did actually really well.
When we met at the train station before we headed to the studio, and we were like walking along, and our dads were like behind us walking along, just chatting immediately.
Oh man,
it was very
what
cute.
a meet cute for those two as pals.
The male loneliness epidemic does not exist when you get our dads together.
So we are also millennials, and 10 Things I Hate About You is my favorite rom-com. So
yeah,
you and I are kindred spirits.
Yeah.
You have good taste. I approve.
Thank God.
One thing I wanted to bring up, I'm classically single. And
classically,
and I'm on the Hinge. And the other day, someone opened up a message to me. First message to me was like, "Do you think Finding Emily will be good?" Because I have romcoms listed for my. And of course, I was like, "I've seen it, and it's great."
But what did she say exactly? Because her message was funny.
Oh, it was. I just don't know if I trust romcoms in the post-financial crisis world.
Which is an absolutely fair point, because I think a lot of them have been, as I say, like there haven't been some great ones. I think there's been a sort of formula, and there haven't been some great ones, but they're coming back.
Well, my entire romantic future rests upon this girl now seeing Finding Emily and loving it.
So no pressure.
God, fingers crossed.
I'm interested in, because this is your first feature, and obviously you've done loads of other work in like shorts and TV and commercials. I'm just interested, what was the journey? Like, how did you end up specifically doing this project?
Well, the producer, Olivier, he had seen some of my shorts. Well, we knew each other when I was making shorts, and so he was on board the film first, and so he asked me to pitch on it. So it kind of came via him, really. So I got it through. I read it and was excited because it sort of felt immediately like the script is like, it's been on a whole journey since then, but there was something really, I was like, it feels like there's a kind of like Mean Girls in here, which is also like an amazing rom-com. But so I just went into working title. I did a whole like pitch deck of what I wanted to do and how I wanted it to feel if I was going to do a rom-com, because I think initially I was like, how are we going to make this good? Like how, because they've got a bit of a bad rep, like you guys are obviously big fans, and a lot of people are fans, but you sort of tell anyone, like, I don't know, so there's
different levels.
There's different levels, so I was like, how can we do a good one? So that was my pitch anyway. It was like, let's make something that's real. The Manchester of it was really fun because so few films are set there, and so I was like, this is really cool. We can make it feel like a proper place, and anchor it there, and yeah, just do something that felt really soulful. Like I want to be, when I go to see a film, I feel like I'm a really good audience because I'm always like ready to cry, ready to laugh. Like I want to kind of really lean in and feel something, and that is what I wanted to do with this. I just wanted to make something that I really wanted to see and that would make me feel something, a bit of hope, a bit of joy.
Did you always want your first feature to be a rom-com? Was that what or just a comedy in general? Or
it would always have been a comedy. I didn't really think about it. You know, you sort of look back and it's like, you know, when I first read it, it's sort of 3.5 years ago now, and it wasn't the plan. Now it feels like, I love sort of retrospectively looking back in your life, but now it feels like of the film, because the films that you rewatch are, you know, 10 Things I Hate About You, and generally are rom-coms and are good ones, and so it's such an honour to actually have the opportunity to try and make one, because they're so beloved as a genre. So it was never the plan, and this script just came to me, and I was like, I really want to do this.
Perfect.
It's such a good point about rewatchability, because that is because you talked about like, if you want to make a rom-com, let's make a good one, and like what makes a good rom-com. And I think honestly, number one is rewatchability.
Yeah.
If you can't sort of come back to it when you're like homesick or having a bad day. And you've also mentioned the formulaic nature of rom-coms a few times, and I think that's such an interesting point, because to me, the formula of a rom-com is an essential part of it, because we want to go in kind of knowing what we're going to get. Like you can relax into it. Your nervous system sort of just like is soothed by knowing that we're going to get a happy ending, like knowing that the couple's going to end up together. And I think what Finding Emily does really exceptionally well is that it gives me, this is just my perspective, it gives me everything that I want from a rom-com while still managing to throw in surprises and be fresh and be new. So it doesn't do the thing where it's like insulting the genre by subverting it too much.
Yeah.
You
That's
know?
really interesting, yeah.
Because a lot of people say like, oh, well, it's a good rom-com because it's not really a rom-com. And I'm like, fuck off with that. Like, what does that take? It's like, this is a good rom-com because it's a good rom-com, but it's not, stale.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you do have to. You do have to do because I looked at all of the tropes. I was like, the running, the meet cute, the big like declaration at the end.
And we have these.
Huh?
We have these in the movie.
Yeah, and we have them, and I was like, okay, but if we're gonna have them there, like, why are they there? Like, why does he have to run? Why does it have to rain? Why do we need all this? And I was like, I really need it all to come from character. Like, I need it to be, and that's the sort of extra detail that I really wanted to add. Like, really, who are these people? Like, what was their upbringing? Like, why do they behave this way? Why is their outlook on love like that? Why does he really need, when he first meets the fairy Emily, like, why at that particular moment, like, is it, he's got a whole load of other emotional stuff going on, and like, if you're going to do the tropes, you have to, they can't just be there for the sake of it, because if they're in the genre, it's like, well, no, if I'm going to watch something, I need to understand character-wise, human-wise, why people are doing something. They can still do it in the film, but that was the sort of thing that I was really interested in.
Well, if they're running, we want to be desperate for them to run. We don't want to be like, oh, cool, they're running.
Yeah, and I think also the running is really interesting because again, when I came on, I was like, right, why are they running? Do I need them to run? Like, really, what's going on? And I think it's quite a sort of existential thing to run. I think for us to see people run on screen towards the thing that they really want, it's quite rare for us to do that in real life, right? We're sort of all, well, like, you're on Hinge, there's a lot of kind of, there's a lot of kind of, there's a lot of doubt and there's a lot of uncertainty in the dating world, and no one really, well, I don't know, but in real life, would they run to the airport to stop their beloved, but I think we need it as an audience member, because seeing someone go after something with absolute certainty is so galvanizing and it's so inspiring, and I think we really need that.
Yeah.
I only run when I am like excited about something.
Or being chased.
I'm never being chased.
It's quite primal, isn't it? Yeah.
Right.
If I'm being chased, I'm stopping.
Right, you're like, just take me, just take me.
I
think certainty is such a good word, because I think the fantasy and romance isn't necessarily romance, it's certainty.
Yeah, it's knowing absolutely that is the person for you, which I think in this modern age there's so many options, right, with the online thing, of whether you're doing that, and it's like the grass is always greener, and so to see, as you say, it's the certainty about that particular person. Like, whatever happens, it's like knowing in that moment that that's what you want, and that's so intoxicating to just know, to not be riddled with the self-doubt, and to just be like, we're going.
The dream.
Oh,
and meet cutes. One thing I noticed on the second watch as well is the contrast between the two meet cutes. We've got like a fairy tale, and then we've got something very grounded and real.
Yeah.
And they're like one after the other, basically. And I really, really loved that, because you don't usually get two meet cutes.
Two meet cutes is a rarity.
Yeah.
Thank you for overserving.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, and that was really fun, because again, I needed, the fairy Emily represents a sort of, she's a sort of fantasy in lots of ways. There is a kind of like a projection, but you also needed to root for them at the start. So I needed it to be really romantic and for them to get on. And I do kind of think, like, in another life, if he had called her the next day, maybe they would have been cool. Like, that's also the thing about romance.
A lot
right?
happens between the time.
That's true. It's a big 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's magical. And like the lighting in that club scene, and it's just, I was rooting for them. I was like, I've seen the trailer. I know what this movie's going to be about. But I was like,
Yeah.
I will say the second meet cute, when we find out Angourie is called Emily.
Yeah.
This one made such a gasp.
Did you gasp when she stepped out?
I was like, that's Emily? Her name's also Emily?
What are the chances?
Yeah, you really got me with that one.
Yeah, and that's good, and I'm proud of that, because that's where, because When Harry Met Sally obviously is another huge reference, and holding these two gorgeous people in a two-shot is my favourite thing. So Angourie stepping into that first shot in the corridor is like,
oh my God,
my favourite thing.
That's pure sort of like, rom-com magic right there. And I want to talk a bit about, your two leads because I think they're fantastic. But I really want to talk about Spike Fearn, who is such a unique choice as a romantic hero in your movie. I used to be a very awkward young man who grew up to be a very awkward.
Sorry.
I'm not. The difference now is I'm not young.
Right.
Awkward old man. It was such a delight seeing someone like that on screen. Like I feel like, we've had our sort of like Judd Apatow quirky guys, but this felt like a real sort of, nice young man who just like is a little quiet, and I'm just curious what the process of like developing that from script to screen really was.
I mean, as soon as we cast Spike, who came in and his audition was, so we cast Angourie first, who was like amazing, my queen, and she's so clever and so interesting and really loves a rom-com as well, and was so determined to do this, and she does so much research and she's just fantastic. And we cast her. And then I had a sort of chemistry test planned with like 6 other actors on a Sunday afternoon. And Spike wasn't one of them. On Thursday afternoon, I got Spike's tape in, and he was so like wayward and gorgeous and in his own skin, and sort of he's got this like mad energy that he just sort of vibrates.
Such a wonderful energy.
Yeah, it's such a wonderful energy, and that's just all him, and he is that guy. Got his tape in. I was like, who the hell is this guy and where has he been hiding? Like, let's get him in on the Sunday. And he just came in, and seeing the two of them together in this 2-shot and how they kind of impacted each other, and how he, like, because I think she's like, who is this guy? And he's like, who is this girl? And because they're both so different and they both have such different processes. And I was like, I don't know what's happening here, but I think it's a bit magic, and he's my guy.
I think that is the wonderful thing about it, is they are. You would never think to do it. You would never think to put them together on paper, and yet watching them together bounce off one another is, I was absolutely mesmerized by it and couldn't wait to see more of them.
What scene did you use for the chemistry read?
Excellent
if you can say without
question.
spoiling.
Yeah, what did
I'm
we use?
desperate to know.
We used the moment that they first meet, so when they come when she steps into the corridor, and we used the scene when they're walking along the canal when he gets the text. So we used that, and it was great. And because once they were cast as well, like I really sort of worked with them to sort of develop the characters and find out like how they like them, what feels real, what doesn't feel real, how are they romantic, and what so we did a lot of work together to sort of figure out who these people are. But that scene on the canal is one of my favorites.
It's such a gorgeous looking scene as well.
Yeah,
beautiful.
The light.
We got so lucky with the weather. Like, I mean, one sort of criticism that I've had that people are like, it rains way more in Manchester than it does in the film. And I was like, I know, because I was there, but we managed to get so lucky with the days that we were shooting that was so sunny. And that day at the canal, like the sun was setting, and it was just like, I couldn't believe it.
That's such a bizarre criticism.
I know, it was really funny. And there's always someone to go, that's not real.
But also, like, as much as you were committed to making Finding Emily a rom-com that doesn't have that sort of sheen of perfection, you're allowed to have good weather. Like, I will give you good weather for your rom-com.
The film takes place over 2 weeks. We're not saying every aspect. Sometimes they're inside.
Yeah, sometimes they're inside.
It's pouring with rain.
Yeah. Sometimes it's night.
Sometimes it's night.
Well, there's weather at night.
Yeah, but it's not sunny at night.
Oh, yes, that's true.
you can have, But at the second screening that I saw, it was a press screening. And as I was sort of packing up my notes and stuff at the end, there were these 3 women who hung back to talk. And one was saying, like, I just love how, like, everyone's beautiful, but they're not perfect. Like, it's not Kate Hudson in the yellow dress, And it was like, that's exactly what I was thinking. Like, she was sort of just speaking my thoughts out loud. Like, the dress that Emily wears for the Leavers ball at the end, it's so perfect. It's like she thrifted it. It looks great on her, but it doesn't look like it was tailored for her. Like, her hair is like big and a bit frizzy, and she's got that necklace, that like barbed wire
that she was wearing.
It's so good. Like, they repeat costume pieces. Like, everyone's beautiful, but they're beautiful in a way that feels accessible and grounded and real. And so with all that, you can have good weather.
Yeah,
okay.
it was really important that they felt like real people because, like, don't get me wrong, they're absolute dreamboats, the two of them. But yeah, it was really important to me that they felt like real people, and then they did repeat clothes, and yeah, because otherwise, and Sarah, our costume designer, was amazing because it's like you're a student at Manchester, you are gonna. There's so many vintage shops there as well. That is where you would shop, and for your Leavers Ball dress, it would be that. And actually, that Leavers Ball dress was the first thing she tried on, and we were like, yeah. That's it. And it is a lovely, like, the yellow of it is a sort of nod to Kate Hudson in that. And so there were lots of little kind of things like that.
While we're talking about costume, one of the best dressed people in this film is
Anna, yeah.
Anna, one of the best dressed characters, and also one of the best rom-com best friends we've had in a long time. I want her to be my best friend.
Yeah.
That's the question. How do I do that?
Yeah. It was really important to me, again, that like the supporting cast that were properly developed as well, because there's nothing worse than like the other random like foil for comedy gags who's just the best friend who doesn't have a personality.
You can't make a good rom-com without a good supporting
Yeah.
cast.
So that was really important. And actually, Cora and Angourie are really good friends now.
Oh, amazing.
And it's really special. And so, yeah, that sort of dance scene I'd kind of added in because someone said something else to me that it feels like I don't put my characters like totally through the ringer. Like bad stuff happens and things go wrong, but they also both have people who look after them. And with Owen, it's his brother, and Angourie Cora has... And yeah, those moments of the friendships were really, felt really important. It's just like a night, it's just, you want people looking after them.
It all felt lived in.
Yeah.
Like those were real relationships. Anna's boyfriend, I can't remember the character's name. He is the funniest person in the movie.
Anthony, man, I'm so excited because he came in and he read for Owen, and he wasn't right for Owen, but he was so funny and he was so brilliant, and I was like, we've got to get him in, and he just...
I love that he's the punctuation mark on the trailer.
Yeah.
Just him going, sing it.
Sing it.
Yeah, and that was a line, he just ad-libbed at the time. Like, he just,
Really?
he's so...
Brilliant.
Like, I'd sort of been saying to him, I was like, I think it's really funny if you're, like, super into this Owen guy. Like, if you're just, like, rooting for him. And
because he becomes the audience.
But we need someone to, because I found it so frustrating that the whole crowd turned against him so quickly, and I needed that character.
Yeah, exactly.
He was me.
Yeah,
he's all of us.
He's all of us. Yeah, he's so excellent, and I'm so excited for him because he's such a smart guy and is like doing a PhD in like something super intense. He doesn't even act full time. Like, so I'm excited for the world.
Oh, amazing!
I'm so excited to see more from him. I loved him. I also really loved Tristan.
Yeah.
Like, obviously he's such a hateable character, but he was perfect. Like, the amount of cringe, particularly in the chip shop.
They have a full English breakfast. I want chips, boom. I want some curry.
Ain't that your guy?
No, wait.
Are you being serious right now?
Em. Hey.
Hi. Oh my God, what are you doing here?
I don't know. What time is it? Breakfast, lunch, dinner?
Those are the key meals, yes.
And your tea. Don't forget your tea. Hi, mate. I'm Owen.
Tristan.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
So I haven't quite been to bed. I'm a bit, Coleslaw and chips. Usual gross stuff.
I actually love coleslaw and chips. It's well nice.
Slimy.
So good.
Actually, my favourite supporting character in all is the man who I would be. You just
The one who's mad about the egg and crust sandwiches.
Is
that you?
It's why is this news?
Why is this news?
Why is this news?
Yeah.
Is this still going on?
So good. Again, like, I really wanted to have that in there as like someone to go, this is a nonsense, what's happening?
But this is a great supporting, this is a great rom-com story of just like the unnamed supporting character who we will like remember and root for in our own way. Give him his own spin-off.
Yeah.
I hope that one day something happens that he does think is newsworthy, you know?
Yeah.
But
It's
you know
gotta
what he
happen to
made me
him.
think of is when you're on social media and you post like a thought and someone goes, "Who cares?"
Yeah.
It's like, well, obviously you, because you're replying.
'Cause you're
But this is
yeah.
different because it's intruding in his life.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it is it's a wonderful thing, and of course, the great supporting character, and you've mentioned it already, is Manchester. Like, was it originally in the script that it was Manchester based?
Yeah, it was always set there. Yeah, yeah. Rachel, the writer, lives half an hour outside, so she'd always wanted to set it here. I mean, because you guys know. So I'm losing my voice. How many rom-coms are set in London or the Cotswolds or whatever? And she was like, "Why don't we set it here?" And it was so fun because there are so few films set in Manchester. So there was 24-hour Party People, there was Control, but there's so few.
All light fare.
Yeah, like 24-hour Party People was like 20 odd years ago, and fantastic,
Yes.
but very different. And so it was so fun to go there. And I mean, I'd spent a bit of time there, but not that much. And so by the time we got there to Recce, and I said to the locations team, like, right, show me your city. Like, what have we got? Like, I want the iconic landmarks, but I want the little nooks and crannies and the places that aren't as well known that we can kind of shoot in, and let's see the uni and you know, all these different parts. It was so fun to then be like, let's, you know, anchor it here and really celebrate it without it feeling shoehorned in. Like, it was also really important to me that we didn't just shove them in places that wouldn't make sense. So if you lived in Manchester, you wouldn't be like, hey, that doesn't work, that's not over there. You know what I mean? Like, I find it annoying in London films where they're on the South Bank and then they're suddenly in Hackney and you're like, no.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was important, that it felt like the proper space that you would live in.
I mean, the whole like visual landscape of the film, like the production design is incredible.
Yeah.
Like, I think this is the first time that I have looked up a production designer and stalked them on Instagram. I was just like, who are you?
Bobby is fantastic.
Incredible.
Yeah. The
Like-
attention to detail was gorgeous.
Yes, like the spaces feeling lived in. Even her like bulletin board, her sort of like conspiracy red string board.
Yeah.
It was so detailed and so just like rich and textured and yeah.
I really wanted it as well. I'd said to Bobby, I was like, let's like tell as much story as we can through the design, like through, and so he has this beautiful thing in Owen's bedroom where sort of on the back wall you can see his like old sort of childhood wallpaper. It's right at the back behind the bookshelf, and he was like, it feels like they would have half painted over it, but he wouldn't have done that bit. And there's stuff like that it's just so gorgeous. And obviously it's their mum's house, and so he really just went to town in the design of the wallpaper and all of it. And yeah, it just really makes it something else. And yeah, Bobby the best.
I'm also never going to not believe that Owen's brother and Owen aren't brothers in real life.
I know. And also when you see them together as well, they're such good friends. And Jack really just like looked after Spike in the kind of early days. They had a really, like, I remember the read through, it was like, you know, Spike was quite like, this is his first big film, and he was like, well, this is a lot. And Jack Ridderford, who plays Matt, just really looked after him. I remember seeing him like take him outside for just a little like chat, and they're really gorgeous together. So yeah, they're my faves.
That's so lovely.
And it's a happy accident that they look like the Gallagher brothers. That was never the plan, but
I mean, lean into it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I was like, well,
they don't just look like, they are like the missing Gallagher brothers. Like, they act like it as well. Like,
their audition for the biopic.
That's what a startling number of the comments online have been. It's like, is this a biopic?
It's not, but it's a fun thing. There's this sort of we did loads of stuff. There's like a tiny bit where Emily's sad and she's watching Owen and his brother on stage, like just watching a little YouTube clip. We shot a whole load of stuff for that, which is the two of them like on stage in this guitar band. So maybe we'll try and release that at some point.
Actually, that was one of my questions was, is there anything that ended up on the cutting room floor, or is there sort of like extra footage?
There's a couple of things. There's some extra stuff at the start where Owen is working in the student union, and there's more of kind of Phil Wang and Luke Una, who is the DJ. But in the end, it's sort of like him going to get him a drink. And there's bits of stuff that's sort of tells you who Owen is, like a bit of a sort of like he works as a sound engineer. But in the end, it just all went because I was like, let's just start it with this girl banging into him from the beginning. And so yeah, there's bits, but not that much.
It's one of those things where you almost need it more for like you and your characters to
Yeah.
sort of plan it out, and then when you get to the editing room, it's
It's funny though, because it took me quite a long time to get rid of it. I was like, oh, it's a nice sort of intro, and you sort of meet the character, and you get in it, and Phil Wang's really funny, and Lucan is great, but you're just like, the story-wise, we just need to get on with it, and
save it for the DVD.
Yeah, save it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to ask if there were any darlings killed. Was there anything that you were like, I'm so sad I had to cut that, or so sad that plan had to change?
I think in the end, it all kind of, I guess there was a moment where we were going to meet Emily earlier than we do. Sorry, good point. Angourie, we were originally scripted to meet her earlier than we do when she steps in. So when Owen runs down the steps after the fairy and he goes to get her number, hawk-eyed among you will see Angourie and Tristan and Cora are like walking just past, and that was an original plan, was to have like Owen and like Fairy get the number and then meet Angourie. But in the end, and like she's chatting to Tristan and she's with her friend and all the rest of it, and they have a little scene, and in the end, it felt like we weren't ready to meet her yet. We just had one meet cute and we weren't ready to meet our next girl yet. And so it was a bit of a darling because it was a complicated shot that we'd managed to figure out. But in the end, it was just better to wait, to hold her off.
I love that now, though, as a little kind of Easter egg.
It's a tiny Easter egg. If you look very closely, they're walking past.
But it's like, oh, look, these people do exist in the same universe. They just don't know each other yet.
Yeah, exactly. They just don't know each other. And that was what I really wanted. And maybe my like newbie director brain was like, oh, how cool, they'll be in the same frame, but they won't know each other as there. And we did this whole thing. And then in the end, it's just like, well, it doesn't work as well. So you have to let it go. So it was a bit of a darling I had to let go. But I'm thrilled that we did, because it's so much cooler now, her like stepping into that shot.
It's amazing, because you really think it's going to be Fairy Emily.
Do you really think that? Yes. Like, what a terrible movie that she just steps out and is like, hey, I'm right here. Yeah.
Or at least you're like, I don't know why, but I didn't expect it to be her, even though I had seen the trailers. I was like, who's it going to be? And then I was like, oh. Well, as we discussed, the gasp, the whole gasp.
There she is.
It's Emily.
I just really wasn't expecting her to also be named Emily.
Oh, I see. Well, that's fun. Yeah, I mean, it's a nonsense thing around the word Emily.
I mean, yeah, I was wondering how much research went into like looking at how many women in Manchester are called Emily.
We did a bit, but in the end, it was like because also there was articles at the time about the popularity of the name Emily, like Emily in Paris. Was Emily the movie about Emily Dickinson and or Emily Bronte? There are so many, and it is a really funny sort of thing that name is so popular, but it works very well for us.
I don't know if I know an Emily.
I know a lot. I mean,
you don't know an Emily?
I don't know if I know an Emily.
Wow.
Emily Pound. I do know an Emily.
There you go.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Sorry for forgetting you, Emily Pound.
You said something about being a newbie director, which I actually don't think is true. And I mean, because you've got this whole like
I haven't done a film before,
yeah. But I recently binged all of Too Much on Netflix, and I just wanted to ask, like, we can't spend too much time on it because we had to talk about Finding Emily, but how was that? Because it was so much fun, and you obviously directed on it. You did episode 9, right?
Yes,
and you also were like second AD?
I was doing second unit, so I did a lot of helped Lena with a lot of like the additional stuff. So yeah, I did that. I mean, it was amazing. I mean, it was one of those things where I was attached to Finding Emily and that was happening, but it had been pushed by a year. So, and Too Much is the same production company as Working Title, and so they were like, "What are you doing for the next year?" And I was like, "I don't know," staring into the abyss. And they're like, "Well, do you want to like meet Lena Dunham and maybe like direct on the show and help her out because it's like there's a lot going on?" And so I was like, "Yeah, I do." And me and Lena met and really got on, and so yeah, went on to do Too Much, which feels like quite a nice sort of companion piece to Finding Emily because of the British indie band boy, American girl aesthetic. But Finding Emily, there's a sort of younger, hopeful element, whereas Too Much there's a bit more emotional baggage, I guess, people in their mid-30s. But yeah, I mean, it was amazing scripts, amazing actors. Like Lena's the dream, and I sort of felt like, because I did Too Much and went straight onto this, I felt quite sort of like match fit as a director. You know what I mean? Like we'd done this big shoot then, and then I edited my episode, and then essentially went straight to Manchester. So it was pretty full on, but an experience.
It's also like rom-com boot camp.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And Lena was so interesting because she always, I mean, she's such a brilliant writer, but she would always like put a joke where there's sort of high emotion, and that she's never afraid to kind of do that. And I feel like I've sort of learnt from her like that, to like be bold, and yeah.
I will make a request to keep making movies about us, which is a Brit and American.
Oh yeah, I felt very seen by this.
Well, great.
An American in the UK.
Yeah.
One thing we like to do on this show is we have a ongoing playlist of songs from each movie we cover, and we would be honoured if you could give us a song to put on the playlist from Finding Emily. So yes, pick your favourite.
I know, just picking one. You can have two if you want.
Do you know how much work I put in the soundtrack? And
I do.
One.
I do know. It is
listening
a banging
to
soundtrack.
Yes. Oh my God. Okay, what though? It's really hard. What? Okay, my brain is immediately gone to like Blossom's Love Talk because that feels quite romantic comedy-y. But I don't want to pick one. What about also? I'm only allowed one, aren't I?
You're allowed whatever you want.
You can have whatever you want.
I personally went for Ramalama.
Ramalama.
I loved it.
Yeah.
It's got weird Glee vibes, which I lean into.
Yeah. But maybe also W.H. Long. How to Walk. But that's the one that Owen gets on stage too, and that's the we had this thing that we call the love lens, which is a specific lens that we used only for sort of like brief moments when they were seemingly falling in love. And it's a slightly like off focus kind of lens, and we use that when they're looking at each other in those close-ups on stage, the way it feels like it's starting to shift. So learning how to walk with it, and it's also the thing that always makes me sort of, I like when we get to W.H. Long, when I'm watching it, that's like I always cry in that bit. So yeah. So maybe that.
Okay.
I think that all of these will end up popping up on the playlist.
I really want to put Owen's song on the playlist.
Owen's song, yeah.
If it ends up on Spotify, I will put it on there.
Do you want to put the music video version at the end?
Yeah.
There's more than one version?
Or the acoustic version on the
I want to put
podcast? I actually don't think we have the acoustic version of the podcast, but maybe
well,
we
then,
can. Yeah. The version at the end I love so much.
Yeah, I think music video version, because I think it would fit with the vibe of the playlist better. But him singing it on the podcast, oh my God.
Oh my God.
That music video ending is...
It's fun, right?
It's so
iconic.
Good.
Every movie should end with a music video.
It was one of those things that like we didn't know really wanted to do it, but it was like one of those things in the sort of like budget and the schedule that was sort of always like in flux as to whether we were going to be able to do it, and because then we decided we wanted to do a kind of homage to the Verve, that it was going to be slightly more involved and get all of the Emilys in. I was like, let's do it. But
it's so fun watching how everybody pops up from
Yes.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah,
I loved it.
It was just it's
like a curtain call, and it's a fantastic one.
Yeah, well, I'm glad. It was one of those hectic half-a-day shoots. We smushed it all in, and everyone was so great. It started to rain, obviously, and yeah.
There you go. It
That was
rained.
fun. It did
Say
rain.
that to the
Yeah, you're
haters.
right. It did. It rained for the music video. Yeah, great. Say that to the haters, the sunshine haters.
Clearly you didn't stay to the end if you don't see it rain.
Amazing.
Another thing we like to do with this pod is find out, is there anything you would do, wouldn't do, and have done from the movie?
So normally we
for the
prep you
movie.
ahead of time, but we
you
didn't
haven't
get
done
to
that.
do
No.
that.
So
for
now
this,
here I am,
'cause we did not
floundering
have
around on
access
camera.
to you. I considered sending you an Instagram DM, being like, "Here's what we're going to ask you," but I thought that might be a little tacky.
I don't think I would make sort of wanted posters of someone looking for that.
No wanted posters.
No wanted posters.
I feel like we're going to see a rise in wanted posters after this movie comes out.
That's the trend. It's not going to be the fashion. It's not going to be rom-coms coming back. It's going to be wanted posters.
Wanted posters. I did see one like because someone when we were starting to make this, someone had put a kind of missing. Like I met you here like a couple of nights ago, and we met here and we exchanged numbers. Like someone, like people do it.
Yeah, Craigslist has a whole section for it.
Yeah, it used to be a newspaper thing, right?
Missed
Connections.
Okay, things I wouldn't. Okay, so I'm not going to do wanted posters. Like I would. What else does he do? What did they do?
I mean, I would put a music video at the end of my movie. That's
Oh, I see.
I would give Owen my number, and I would triple check that it was the right number.
Yeah. I would probably do a like dash across town to. I think I would. In my youth, anyway, I definitely was more like heart open romantic gestures. Someone asked me the other day, like, what do you hope people take away from this? And I was like, I hope people do the dash. I hope people kind of say what they mean, you know, like in a sea of.
God, I want to do the dash.
What do you just
too late?
I don't think it's too late. I want to do it.
Yeah.
Or do the metaphorical dash, like say the thing. You know, you don't necessarily have to run, but say the thing.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
We should do a rom-com marathon in which people have to dash to their loved ones at the end.
That's cute.
That's cute.
Put that in
That's
the...
cute. Put that in there. Yeah.
And anything you have done.
Anything I have done.
You have gone to Manchester, obviously.
I have gone to Manchester. Anything I have done in the film.
Yes.
Like gone to a gig. Yeah. Gone to like quite a few gigs in Manchester, I guess.
That's
Were you
perfect.
doing that as like research?
Yeah, because with this soundtrack, I mean, I was like, okay, so we're going to shoot something in Manchester. So obviously some of the best bands in the world have come out of there. Smiths, Stone Roses, etc. And I was like, but I don't want to just put them in it. I don't want this to, like, we have to nod to that legacy. And what I love about having Luke Una, who I don't know if you know, was like a massive Hacienda DJ back in the day. And he agreed to play the like rubbish student union DJ because I was like, I think it'll be so fun as an Easter egg. And actually it's quite fun because men of a certain age, older gentlemen who hung out in Manchester are like, is that Luke Una? And I'm like, yes. And he agreed to be in it. So there's a sort of nod to the Hacienda. We obviously start with New Order, but I also really wanted to have some newer bands in there and to showcase, you know, some newer talent. And there's a guy called Anthony Schmerick who wrote our original song, who's fantastic. And
He has a song on the
soundtrack as well, who I really love. So there's sort of like him, who's a bit more like spoken word, and then there's like there's sort of everything in between. There's Nia Archives, who is what Anna and Emily dance to. So there's a whole like different bunch of music that I wanted to sort of put in there. And then so when we were also looking for bands that Owen would get up on stage, so we looked at W.H. Long, we looked at a bunch of other ones, like went to different gigs and stuff, because I was like, let's put him into a band rather than create something around him. And so, yeah, so did a lot of research, went to a lot of gigs. And also the cool thing about Manchester is you don't even have to go try that hard. Almost in every bar, there's someone playing a guitar or doing something. So, yeah, music just sort of like pulsates through that city. So it was, yeah, important to, well, for me, it was try and get that right, try and represent that.
Oh, that's an excellent have done.
It is. Actually, a big music moment we didn't talk about was There's a Reason Why I Never Returned Your Call. Like, that is my pick if Owen's song does not end up on Spotify for the playlist, because that's perfect.
Yeah, I have to say I was pretty thrilled when we discovered that Blossoms had a song called There's a Reason Why I Never Returned Your Call. I was like, are you joking me? This is so good.
What's your wouldn't do?
Mine is I would try and get the full number. I
would check it.
I'm a stickler for 11 numbers. Like,
it is funny. I watch it now, and Owen he just puts his phone in his pocket. He just puts his phone in his pocket. It's like, be careful with that thing.
Feels like an Owen sort of thing
It's
to
very
do.
him. It's very like slapdash. Yeah.
I wouldn't be so quick to assume that Owen is a creep. I really think that like the lack of nuance in these like human situations, like I know this.
He's a sexy pest.
Right. Yeah, as opposed to a sex pest. I feel like my hot take is that not everything can be summed up in a hot take, and the way that everyone on campus is like.
I think that's a little quick to sum it up. Really.
A hot take on hot takes. Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
like the lack of nuance in the way that people approach him just made me so sad, which I know is the point. But I would have considered all of the angles before I jumped on him, you know?
I mean, that's the wonderful thing about this movie. It feels so modern because that is the way we will all react to it.
Yeah.
We'd all be sitting there being like, oh, this boy emailed women.
Yeah, I think every time I sort of thought that maybe it was like getting out of hand and that the kind of the on-campus reaction to him wasn't real. Like, did you ever hear about Couch Guy? Do you remember that Couch Guy? Who's like, who's this? There was this whole like TikTok phenomenon where this like poor boy, like, this girl, went to surprise her boyfriend at university, and she like films it as she walks in, and he's sat on the sofa with two girls, and he gets up to hug her, and that's it. He gets up to hug her, and the internet goes mad for this story.
Because he's with two girls.
Because he's with two girls. He's just sat on the sofa with them. Like, it seems normal, but then there's this crazy, like, what's it called, like, armchair detectives, where people being like, he had his hand, like, very near her hand. And it sort of exploded into this online saga.
Everybody wants to be part of some sort of drama.
But
And I mean, that's the journalist in this film. Like, she very much just globs onto this because she can see a way to make it work. What I would do is I would actually go on the radio show.
To clear your name?
And also I'd be like, I'm out there looking for someone.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. As soon as the radio show thing becomes an opportunity, I would be like, yep, get me out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why I have a podcast.
Yeah.
And what's your have done?
My have done. I went to university.
Mine is similar. I have been an international student about to take their thesis with a visa on the line.
Wow.
So I felt like I was very stressed
you
about
really
her
do
visa.
connect with this, yeah.
She was again another thing. She was leaning over to me during the movie. It's like, oh my god. Actually, my other have done is I have helped a friend escape an ex. Like saying like let's
just
run.
grab them and run.
Not quite like that, but I've been like sort of like distracted the ex whilst my friend made a good little escape.
That's my favorite scene. I don't know. It's tied. It's tied with the
I love the kebab shop
popsicle
scene.
I'm glad you like the kebab shop.
I love the kebab shop scene because again, I feel like that's a situation I could very much be in.
Yeah.
Where I try and defuse one situation and suddenly get drawn into a different one.
That's true. And my favorite moment, which is not a spoiler because it was in one of the trailers, is the "Don't make me laugh, didn't know I could."
Gentle. Gently.
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
How do I look?
Hanging.
What's that?
It's like your face, it knocks me sick.
Thanks.
Cut looks good though. Proper hard.
Oh, please don't make me laugh.
I didn't know I could.
Oh my god! I was like the romance.
Yeah.
I couldn't relate because I know I can make people laugh.
Yeah, it's cute. Those two sat there on the. Actually, when I got to Manchester, we did the premiere. Was that last night? Night before. I went back to Manchester and I hadn't been there since the cast and crew. And I because this is my first film baby and I love it so much that I've never been prouder of anything. And I just kind of wandered around the northern quarter, the sort of old locations, and I sat on the stoop where they sit with the ice lollies, and just was like, this is a lot. What a funny old time this is. Like, yeah, it's it was one of my favorites as well, and it was raining then, so thank God. But yeah, it's
2 moments of rain.
Yeah, it's cute.
Well, speaking of being so proud of your film baby, would there be another film baby on the way?
Why did you say it like that?
Because I tried to find the worst way to say it.
A lovely analogy. I'm writing some stuff. I'm writing a couple of things. I'm kind of I guess waiting to see what happens with this, if anything. But nothing confirmed yet.
Would you like to stay in the rom-com world?
If it was the right script, I think what sort of taught me, I like comedy for sure. I really think comedy is it's always been part of my work and it's something that I really enjoy being part of. And so, like if maybe another rom-com, if it was the right people, I think maybe. I
think 14 years from now down the line, you go and do like the Finding Nemo route and do Finding Owen.
Yeah. Spike and Angourie were like, we should do a movie in like 20 years' time in the way that Kate and Leo did sort of Revolutionary Road, and we'll do something super dark and weird, and like he'll be a sort of drug addict and she'll be doing that. And so I do want to get them back together again at some point. It will have to be in years' time.
You could Before Sunset it. We could follow up with Emily and Owen.
We could do that.
Get the scoop on the visa.
Scoop on the visa. Yeah, we'll go back to Iowa, which is where she's lived. Yeah, I don't know. I would love to.
Obsessed that it's Iowa.
That's such a funny choice because I understand why she doesn't want to go back. Sorry,
as someone who's recently visited Iowa,
she doesn't want to go back.
I was like, yep, I get it.
Yeah. But yeah, those two back together at some point.
That is something I was curious. Was Emily always American in the script?
She was always American, yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, always American because it's a sort of. Yeah.
We love
like a fish out of water, I think.
It's a classic rom-com trope as
is a
well.
trope.
American and polite British boy.
Yeah, because the cultural clash as well is like it's important. It adds a different layer.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, she just needed to feel from from somewhere else and feel like a bit alone, I guess, far away.
I just remembered the question I wanted to ask, and I know we're running out of time. How long have we got? 3 minutes.
3 minutes,
okay.
Go.
So this isn't actually so much a question as a statement that I hope will prompt more statements.
That is like the worst thing.
Yes, yeah, this is the end of a Q&A.
It's not a question, it's a statement.
and it's going to take up the rest of the 3 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Stop prefacing.
Ethical conundrums are kind of a staple of rom-coms, like all the way from, It Happened One Night to now. And I think there's a really interesting one in this movie around the kind of research ethics and the psychology. My parents are psychologists. I did psych in school. So I was like, oh, she's breaking some rules. And I just think it's such an interesting twist on like His Girl Friday is all this ethical stuff. He's framing this romantic rival for crimes and 10 Things I Hate About You is based on a bet. And I just wonder, it's like, is that something you considered part of the rom-com genre? Did you think about that at all in this?
I didn't, but now you mention it, I say that I did. Yeah, it is a gnarly ethical thing, but I think it's okay. Well, because she obviously so upset about it. I guess everyone sort of is in those things. Yeah, I hadn't thought about it, but it is. Yeah, there is always a gnarly ethical thing, isn't there?
Yeah, it's one of those things that kind of made it more a rom-com. It's that thing of you can do the formula really, really well and in a really fresh and interesting way. And it elevates it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I loved it.
No, it's interesting. And I guess for me, the bit that was sort of gnarly was the cancel culture, was the question of, is his behaviour romantic or creepy in this day and age? The Say Anything boombox outside the window is now possibly a no-no. If so that for me was that satire on romance today. That for me, that was the bit that was really gnarly and interesting. As I was I love we've got this character that's he's a bad guy, which you just never have in the older movies. So for me, I liked that it was sort of holding up to the light these old tropes of romance that we sort of fetishize as really romantic, and now they were being called into account. So for me, that was it. But also, the ethical bit of her side is really interesting too.
Alicia, thank you so much for sitting down with us
Guys,
today.
This was so much fun.
This was so good. Finding Emily is out on August 22nd.
No, it's not.
In the US, it's out in August.
So May 22nd in the UK, August 28th in the US. Sorry, guys, you got to wait.
Sorry, guys.
But yeah, go see it. We loved it. We think you're going to love it. And
I really love it.
Oh, I'm glad.
I really love it.
I hope
so.
British rom-coms are so back. We are so back.
We're so back. Well, when Rom met Com, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much. Who came up with that, by the way? Because it's very good.
Me.
Very good.
Slightly based on something I said.
Okay,
before.
fine.